وأعطي الكلمة الآن إلى مندوبة لبنان.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to start by congratulating you for assuming the presidency of the Security Council and to express our full confidence in your leadership to make it a successful month. I would like also to commend the mission of Kazakhstan for a fruitful presidency in January. I want also to thank Mr. Martin for his briefing. Mr. President, when the 51 states that established the United Nations met in San Francisco in 1945, and my country, Lebanon, was one of them, they determined on behalf of the international community to, quote, unite their strength to maintain international peace and security and to ensure by the acceptance of principles and the institution of methods that armed force shall not be used save in the common interest, end of quote. This was 73 years ago. While the principles endure, the methods and architecture are due for a 21st century update. The security, economic, political, and technological environment is completely different from the time of the founding of this organization in the 1940s. The challenges facing the international community call for an urgent need to improve and reform the respective global governance mechanisms. Lebanon has constantly supported all the endeavors for reforming the United Nations and its main organs, be it the General Assembly, the Security Council, or the Economic and Social Council. But most importantly, Lebanon supports the efforts of the Secretary General, Mr. Guterres, and will continue to engage constructively in his initiative to reform the Secretariat. Mr. President, Lebanon is a firm believer in the need to enhance and strengthen the working methods of the Security Council, rendering it more transparent and efficient. To this effect, my country has constantly supported the work of the informal working group on the working methods of the Security Council on documentation and other procedural questions and consider it a step in the right direction. As underlined in your concept note on the improvements in the working methods over the last 25 years, there is need to do more. Better communication and more involvement of member states, especially concerned countries, in the decision-making process on issues related to international peace and security remain the cornerstone of the priorities of these non-Security Council members. The noticeable improvement in the quantitative access to information should be coupled with a qualitative and participatory approach. This will be a solid path to ensure that the Security Council is more accessible, transparent, and accountable, hence more democratic. Lebanon is fully confident that the Kuwaiti chairmanship of the working group during your presidency will prove decisive and fruitful in this regard. Mr. President, Lebanon believes that the annual report of the Security Council to the General Assembly should be more analytical, ask difficult questions, draws on lessons learned, and calls for common action. We look forward to see in the coming report the reasons behind the crippling effect of vetoes exercised last year on matters affecting peace and security and leading to further protracted conflict with massive human cost. There is also a need for non-Security Council members to participate in the closed sessions of the Security Council when they are concerned. The Security Council should also devote more meetings and field visits for the prevention of conflict. The relationship between the Security Council and the General Assembly should not be considered only in the context of encroachment, but rather in the framework of shared responsibility in the widest interpretation of the threats to international peace and security. In conclusion, the prompt adoption of the Security Council's rules and procedures and the strengthening of coordination with other organs, mainly the General Assembly, remains a key element of a more effective Security Council, a council that can meet the enormous challenges of the day. Thank you very much.
أشكر مندوبة لبنان على بيانها وأعطي الكلمة الآن إلى ممثل المغرب.